Hello everyone, Railgun here again to show you yet another game of ZvT drop play on Dusk Towers. We had an observer here, so we chatted with him a little bit. Once again, the chat is not that important. What you're going to see is the pool edge gas opener that I like to play thanks to the fast queen to defend against reapers. Actually, is this hatchery out of position? Not too sure. Anyways, I'm going for the pull edge gas opener into... This time I took a little bit too fast of a third hatchery, so I'm going to sit on a lot of larva. But that's not too important to the build. What's important is that I get overlords in here, and drop him as much as I can. At home I'm getting my link speed with my first 100 gas, overlord speed with my next 100 gas, evolution chamber and baning nest around 345 as always. I scouted, I saw 2 barracks, a factory and a starport. That pretty much told me that he is going for tank drops, as he is. And he's trying to kill my links, so I cannot drop him. I already played this build a couple of times, so he knew somewhat how to answer it. So I'm ready to load up this overlord with 4 circlings, and I'm going to load up this overlord with 5 circlings. I'll try to drop and harass him as much as I can. At home I'm building mostly drones right now. I'm not really scared of him attacking me. I still have some circlings left. We're going to see what this attack does. Notice both overlords arrive around the same time. This overlord goes in, drop, 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 drop. That was 11 SCVs, a pretty good count. Over here he has a tank and he's going to clear up those links. But those were mainly the distraction that the banings could do damage. At home I'm getting additional gas, I'm getting additional drones. I droned up 3 bases and I'm just now starting to get gas at my 3rd base. You can see my overlords are spread out everywhere, so I can see his attacks coming. I wanted to drop him again over here, sadly. Not everything went as I had planned and he is ready to defend this drop. I knew that he has no 3rd CC, so I don't really feel pressure to hold my 3rd base against this push. I loaded up this overlord. I hope I'm not going to lose it. Oh, overlord. Come on, overlord. Wow. Well, that's a waste of 8 circlings. Anyways, at home I'm getting my armor upgrade, because armor upgrades means that circlings survive one wave of tank splash that they would usually die against. So armor upgrades are really important. I'm also getting my lair. I should have gotten an earlier roach warren, but I kind of delayed. Now this army I think I could have cleaned, but I'm not really eager to fight him. I know that he's on 2 bases, and 2 base Terran is not really a threat to 3 base Zerg as long as he does not push up to my 3rd base. He's just attacking my 4th hatchery, but I don't really need my 4th hatchery right now. Now he's getting his own 3rd, and at home my lair is almost finished. I have enough banings ready to defend if he walks too far on creep with his marines. Here he goes a little bit, and I just try to clear the marines up as fast as I can. Sadly the queen dies. Boo-hoo. Once my lair finished, I got my roach warren and my spire again. Again, the roach warren should have been faster. I'm getting baning speed, +1 melee. And I should get the +2 armor upgrade as well. Preparing additional overlords for drop play. Of course, if he just drops 4 tanks, there's not much I can do. He would just kill all my circlings since I have no anti-air. Till my spire finished. Now this is kind of annoying when he tries to clear my creep. I tried to take this 4th again, but he just denied it. If you look at the worker count, I'm still ahead. He was kind of sloppy in terms of making workers. And at this point you might feel really pressured by the Terran, and I probably could just clear up these tanks because the Marines are really far away. But I didn't really feel too pressured at all, because I knew I was on 3 bases and I knew I was going for a really good army composition. Just walking away from the tanks and letting him have some fun. Now, he sadly manages to kill one Overlord before he drops anything. The second Overlord kind of drops into the Marines and only then goes into the natural. So I did not manage to do as much damage as I would have hoped. But still, I can deter his SCVs a little bit and kill some. And of course, because he's a Terran, he kind of just went home with all his army because he was scared. And is now gathering for another big push. If you look at the supply, I'm way ahead. I got my roaches ready. And in this game, you're going to see the Baneling, Ravager, Zergling, Corruptor army. He's gathering his units now. I killed these rocks. I wanted to attack him at this point, but instead he attacks me. I see his units walking across the map, so I knew that he was attacking this base. There's no point, there's no... And wait. Oh. Sorry, I had a bit of a bug there. If we look at the way I'm going to take this engagement, I have Zerglings from the bottom to surround him. I have Corruptors coming from the bottom, so he will fly away topwards with his Medivacs. I have my Ravagers coming from both sides, but gathering around this area, so I can drop corrosive piles all over his army. His Medivacs and siege tanks are currently not deployed, but he's going to deploy them. But the Lynx are already in position to harass and attack him. Just going to quickly check. Now, if we look at the way this fight goes, where I'm shooting my corrosive piles now is on this spot. The reason for that is he cannot walk with his Marines downward, so all he can do is fly upward. If he would fly upward with his tanks, they would go into the corrosive piles. If they go downward, they fly into the Corruptor, so it's a lose-lose scenario. The Medivacs try to dodge the piles, but my entire army just crushes right over the Terran. So it was a somewhat lucky engagement by me, but I also tried my best to get out the maximum that I could. Now here you see once again the strengths of the Corruptors. You have the Corruptors and the Ravagers. The Corruptors do a good job against Medivacs if they have no speed, and they are a steady threat to the Terran. The Ravagers are now getting in position, my Lynx and Banelings as well, to storm up the ramp and kill his army once and for all. Now the Lynx are kind of getting funneled here. The Ravagers are more forming a nice line. I have to make sure that my Corruptors don't get hit by the corrosive piles. Looking at the army tab, I'm also getting the Hive at home to morph Broodlords or Ultralisks eventually. And that's it. That's the game. So this game, you saw a 2-base Terran going up against my 3-hedge drop lane. He took his 3rd base really late, took a lot of damage from my drops at his bases, and eventually got surrounded by a Ling Ravager Baneling Corruptor army that ended up crushing him. If you liked what you saw, feel free to subscribe. If you got any feedback, I'm always thankful for feedback, and see you guys next time. Bye.